Stoke City once again frustrated Arsenal in the Premier League and in fact beat the Gunners, cementing the Potters as one of the true Premier League bogey teams, at least for Arsene Wenger. While their overall head-to-head record isn't amazing, since moving to England's top flight, Stoke have done their best to make themselves a huge nuisance to Arsenal. Though the days of Tony Pulis' side battering Arsenal with long balls, long throws and breaking legs fun are over, Mark Hughes has put together a pretty exciting team. HITC Rodriguez's fantastic debut goal for Stoke was enough to take the points away from Arsenal, and Stoke fans were left cheering once again for taking points off Arsene Wenger's side. Anyway, all of this has got us thinking about some infamous bogey teams in the Premier League. So with that being said, let's get on with the list. Number 1. West Ham's bogey team, Everton. In the past 25 years in the Premier League, West Ham have only beaten Everton 7 times. And oddly enough, the Toffees have beaten West Ham 25 times in the league, including a run of 5 consecutive games, and went over 9 years without losing to the Hammers. If my maths are right, and I'll be honest, my GCSE teacher will tell you that I was bloody dreadful at it, West Ham have conceded 75 goals against Everton and scored just 38. That D in maths coming through for me there. And now that Everton have splashed out a truckload of money this season, we might see a few more goals get put past Slaven Bilic's side. Number 2, Tottenham's bogey team, Arsenal. Arsenal might have problems against Stoke, Man United and Chelsea, but they have had very few against bitter rivals Spurs. Now Arsenal actually lost 3 of the first North London derbies in the Premier League, but that was until Arsene Wenger came along, when they managed to lose just once in 16 years, until Spurs finally beat them for a second time in the 2010 season, with Danny Rose and Gareth Bale netting. In fact, during that time, Arsenal went on a 10-year unbeaten streak, with the last defeat coming in 1999. After Tottenham's victory in the 2010 season, Arsenal consecutively won 5-2, with Spurs taking the lead in both games and getting a player sent off. However, in recent years, the tide has somewhat turned, with Arsenal having not won a North London derby since the 1-0 victory at White Hart Lane in 2014. Number 3, Newcastle's bogey team, Sunderland. The Magpies can actually relax for at least 2 games this season because they won't have to play their bitter rival Sunderland. But this is actually a fixture that's gone back and forth since the start of the Premier League. At one point, Newcastle went 7 games unbeaten against the Black Cats. However, since 2012, Sunderland have well and truly had the Magpies' number, going 9 games unbeaten and scoring 16 goals in the process. And those victories against Newcastle became a stable for new Sunderland managers, who would come in, lose their first game, and then somehow play Newcastle and absolutely batter them. Oddly enough, both teams have won, drawn and lost exactly the same number of games against each other, both winning 53, losing 53 and drawing 49. However, it might be a while before we see another Tyne-Wear derby, at least in the Premier League. Number 4, Manchester City's bogey team, Middlesbrough. Even after all the mega bucks were brought into Man City, Borough still managed to frustrate and nab points off them. In the Premier League, Borough went an incredible 15 games unbeaten against City, with the blue half of Manchester finally winning in 2006 thanks to a Richard Dunn goal. And then from that game, City won 3 consecutive games before finally being famously beaten 8-1 and somehow letting Alfonso Alves to score a hat-trick against them. City have only ever won 4 times against Borough in the Premier League, scoring just 19 goals and conceding a whopping 35 in the process. In fact, since the 8-1 battering, City have only ever won once against Borough, having been held twice in draws last season. And number 5, Manchester United's bogey team, Chelsea. Outside of the Premier League, Man United's toughest opponents have been Bayern Munich, winning just twice in 11 meetings, though one of those was the Champions League final. However, in the Premier League, there is only one team who have bettered the Red Devils more than any others, and that is Chelsea. In fact, the Blues are the only team that United have a negative win percentage against, with 50 games being played and only 14 of them being won. Chelsea, on the other hand, have won on 17 occasions, scoring 66, the most by any club. Until the 2-0 win at Old Trafford last season by United, they hadn't won in 8 games, with Chelsea netting 11 times in the process. Will Mourinho get one over in his former employers this season? Well, we'll just have to wait and see. And that's our list. Which side is your team's bogey team? Let us know in the comments below. Be sure to like and share this video with your mates, and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you next time.